Okay, I think we're live, people. Yes? Do I have anybody here? Okay. So it's 3:50 on a Friday afternoon, and here we are again. So it's week 13. Week 13 of the She Show. Can you believe it? We've been doing this for quite a while now. Things don't look like they're going to change anytime soon. We're doing this at 3 o'clock on Fridays, as you know, to honor the healthcare workers and all the frontline workers. And now there's going to be more people out there. Hopefully people will come out and go out to the restaurants. So now we are going to add all of those people that serve you, all the servers and the cooks. Well, not so much the cooks. The cooks are in the kitchen. But the people that are going to come out and serve you. If you can, you should go out and support the restaurants because a lot of them are opening back up again. Yeah. So last week was kind of interesting. As you know, we've had a second crisis now we're dealing with the murder of George Floyd. We've got a lot of people in the country going out and protesting what life should be, or protesting against what life is not now for many, many, many people. Many of our friends and neighbors. And I'd have to say that I'm very proud of Rhode Island, what happened here last week. We had over 10,000 people show up at the State House last Friday. And the protest there went on for over 7 hours. The first part of it went through to the 9 o'clock curfew. And then majority of people went home. It was very peaceful, very well done. And the police were very supportive, stood back, didn't interfere. But there were a few people that were still left at the State House that caused a little bit of consternation because they were trying to get in the face of the police and National Guard that were left there. The governor came out and said some words, and they quietly went home. And that was probably about, 9:30 or so. But for the next 2 hours, there was over 300 people that were walking the streets of Providence, and they had the police with them. The police were not interfering. They were to the sides. They were in a way blocking some roads so they couldn't go down, but they weren't interfering. And at the end of it, they actually walked, I don't want to say hand in hand because they couldn't hold each other's hand, but they walked down to Burnside Park where the whole protest first started, and it was almost midnight. And there was only a couple of people that were arrested, and they were arrested for really dumb things. Like I think one guy punched a policeman. Well, that's not going to go over very well. But for the most part, the Rhode Island State Police, our National Guard, and the Providence Police handled it very well. I'm very proud of Rhode Island, and other states should take a peek at what's going on here, because our police force, for the most part, as far as from what I'm seeing, is very well, easy to work with, and supportive of their communities. We had a thing at Christmas time where my daughter works, and the police came in and handed out presents to the children that were there and interacted at the skating rink. And they were all just super guys. They really were. So yes, there's some bad apples out there, but there's also some great policemen, and they ought to be put forward for that. So we're getting ready. Again, this is week 13 for the bell ringing. We've had 116,000 people pass away in the United States. So we're going to do 11 bells for the people that have passed away. 110,000 people. One bell for each 10,000 people. After we ring the bells for the healthcare workers. So we'll do tolls on the bell. And then we'll do one extra for all that's going on in the United States right now, and to wish for peace and a moment of silence, just to hope for peace and to keep hope going that this whole thing can end peacefully, what's going on in the United States right now, and that life will be better in the end, and that a lot of good things will come of it. So this week we're going back to Pete Seeger. This is a song of hope that Pete wrote, and I think it's time for this song. The first two ending lines of the first verse, and we'll be in the you can learn it pretty quickly if you want, because it all repeats all the way down, is the time is now, quite early morning, if we could heed these early warnings. You know it's darkest before the dawn. Oh, but this thought keeps moving on. If we could heed these early warnings, the time is now, quite early morning. If we could heed these early warnings, the time is now, quite early morning. Some say that mankind won't long endure. Oh, what makes them feel so doggone sure? I know that you who hear my singing could make those freedom bells go ringing. I know that you who hear my singing could make those freedom bells go ringing. And so keep on while we live, until we have no more to give. And when these fingers can strum no longer, and the old guitar to young ones stronger, and when these fingers can strum no longer, and the old guitar to young ones stronger. So though it's darkest before the dawn, well, this thought keeps us moving on. We can still have singing tomorrow through all this world of joy and sorrow. We still can have singing tomorrow. We'll do that one over again. So though it's darkest before the dawn, this old thought keeps us moving on through all this world of joy and sorrow. We still can have singing tomorrow through all this world of joy and sorrow. We still can have singing tomorrow. And you know it's darkest before the dawn, and this thought keeps us moving on. Well, the time is now, quite early morning. If we could heed these early warnings, the time is now, quite early morning. Yes, if we could heed these early warnings, the time is now, quite early morning. So we should all hope that things will get straightened out. Sometimes you gotta have a little bit of craziness and darkness before the light, and that these protesters, who are making a lot of sense, will get people thinking. Okay, it's looks like it's 3 o'clock. So let's ring our bells, or bang on our pots or pans or whatever you have available, honor the healthcare workers, the frontline workers, and everybody else that's out there that helping with this crisis. So now we're going to have 12 rings, 11 for the over 110,000 people that have died in the United States of COVID-19, and the last one will be a ring for peace in this country. And then a moment of silence. Thank you, everybody. So, come here, Teddy. Look, already Teddy has all his buddies here with him again today. He's a very friendly bear. He's got all these friends. His friends don't have masks on, though. You kids need to wear masks. We need to gotta make some more bear masks. So I want to give a shout out to all the kids and the teachers in the state of Rhode Island who have been having distance learning since the last week of March. These kids have not been in school, but they've been in school, and they've been doing quite well. And a shout out to all those teachers that have been with them all this time. This is some of them, this is their last day today, and then they'll be going into summer. So kids, know that the virus is still out there. You're going to have to be very careful. Wash your hands a lot. Wear your masks. So tell them, Teddy, wear your masks, kids. Wear your masks. Don't forget. Don't forget to wear your mask. So there you go. And yeah, the masks are still needed. So we're going to put Teddy back over here with his buddies. There you go, Teddy. Yep. There you go. Okay, so another thing that's happening this week, well, not just this week, it's start of summer. And that means the blood supply is low. The blood bank needs people to come in. So if you if you normally donate blood and you've been afraid to go, you need to go because they need the blood. People haven't been going, and summer is always a time when they need more blood. And again, if you have any local charities that you'd like to support, I don't need to tell you who they are. You've heard that enough now, but you might have your own supply. And don't forget your church. You haven't been going to church. They need the money. They need to keep the doors open. They need to be able to open the doors back up again, so they need the money. And I'll tell you what, Fiddle Hell, that sounds like a weird thing, but it's a group of my friends who have this conference of musicians, usually in November, and it's called Fiddle Hell. It's 4 days of just constant music. Some people never sleep through the 4 days. And they've been having some wonderful concerts and jam sessions online, and I've been sharing them. I hope some people have been able to listen to some of the music, and I've been throwing them a few bucks here and there because those people are all out of work, but they've been keeping me going. I'll tell you, because they've been helping me. I've been a couple of times a week now be able to sit there online and jam with them, and that's fantastic. It's it's not the same as being there in person, but it's a great thing they're doing. So here we are. It's just about the end. I think we'll have 2 more weeks of the She Show. See what people think about that. And then we'll take a break for summer. But we'll do 2 more weeks. We'll go up to just before July 4th. We'll have a July 4th celebration. And then we'll maybe take off for the summer and see what happens during the summer and see what happens. We'll see. So my final thoughts for today: if you're not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. And Maya Angelou said, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Okay, so until next week, it's the She Show. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.